All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for getting on, ladies, whether you're a live or you're watching this as a recording. I'm super excited that you chose to get on. So I wanted to do some quick recognition. Then I'm going to do a little bit of training about leadership and how to be a leader that is helping others win. So anyway, we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. And then you're going to hear from the amazing Katie Harris. And she's going to talk about coaching appointments, turning individual facials into a party, because she's just really good at that. And you know, one of the things that I love about this business is that I don't have to be the best. I am skilled at what I do. I'm skilled at each area because I learned that in my business. But there are people that do surpass me, and Katie is definitely one of those people that she's done that in that area for sure. And so she's just so good, and I just really admire her skills in that area. So anyway, okay, so I know Katie is on with us, so we'll bring Katie on here after a bit. So anyway, I want to recognize
mute myself.
Okay, sounds great. Brianna Starnes for turning in her weekly accomplishment sheet. Congratulations, great job. You know, creating habits like that and turning in your weekly accomplishment sheet just helps you to go inch by inch and knowing what you're exactly doing in your business. And you know, to achieve big goals, it's the daily goals that really matter and the weekly goals. And so great job turning in your weekly accomplishment sheet, Brianna Starnes. Be Achievers, all ready for this month. We have Katie Harris and Tanya Shaler. We have 8 days left for you all to achieve B status. And so I'm definitely going to be there for sure. I just had one of my clients walk out the door. It's so fun connecting with the clients. Okay, team update. We have a goal this month. We're going to go for the Circle of Excellence. You guys, Mary Kay is so good about putting different things like you're at this level and then they show you the things for this level. And I am not kidding. I've gotten a poster in the mail of a picture of Scotland, like a poster. I could show it to you. I need to put it back there. But there's a poster of Scotland for the top directors trip. I've received 2 postcards from Susan Johnson from Ruby Sales Development, and also a magnet that is it's on my fridge. I love it and it's beautiful. One of the postcards is by my nightstand. I tell you this because I want you to know that Mary Kay, the company, the people at corporate, they believe that we are a Circle of Excellence unit. And that means that they think that we can achieve 650,000 retail sales for this year. And what does that mean? That means you make money, because when you're selling the product and you're placing orders because you are fulfilling orders and stuff, you're making money. Okay. So they think that we've got such a quality group that we're going to achieve that. So it's my job to just keep us updated on where we're at, where we're going, and to be by your side as you're moving up. Okay. So we are only $19,806 wholesale away from our goal this month. We can totally achieve it. And by the way, if you didn't know, last month we hit over 11,000 on the last day. So how crazy is that? So anyway, next is our new Mary Kay family members goal. We have a goal to have 20 new this month. And so we've got 3. We're only 17 away. And so welcome to our brand new unit members. Carolyn Bunton, she's on the Lauren Slifer team. Bailey Feltner, she is on the Caitlin Frederick team. Laura Kelly on the Katie Harris team. Go, ladies, way to go. Congratulations. Welcome to our Mary Kay family. If you're brand new, congratulations to those of you that have these brand new, beautiful team members. I'm so proud of you for sharing the Mary Kay opportunity, because that's what Mary Kay asked us to do, is pass it on. Okay, next, I want to tell you about some upcoming events. We have our fall advance in Kansas City this weekend. To attend, please contact me immediately. There are some tickets that are available, because I've heard of a couple of people that are ill or not able to attend or whatever. So if you want to attend, please let me know. Last minute, night or just for Saturday. Please let me know. Okay. All right. Next, Tuesday the 29th. We are doing a power masking night. I'm excited about this because, you guys, sometimes when we do an evening event, I love doing glamour, but women love to come fellowship and then leave ready for bed. I mean, if I could go somewhere and have a good time with a bunch of ladies and go home and be able to just like walk into my bedroom and hop in bed, how amazing is that? And so this night, on next Tuesday night, what we're going to do is we're going to treat them to some amazing skincare. So make sure that you coach it so you know what skincare you're going to try with them so you can have that set up. So we'll do skincare, but then we're also going to be doing the Revealing Radiance facial peel first. We'll do that for 10 minutes. Then we're going to do the charcoal mask for 10 minutes. Then we're going to do the hydrating gel mask, okay? And we'll probably do the night cream and hydrating gel mask, and then maybe some eye stuff, and then send them home. So we're going to have so much fun at that event. So definitely bring guests to that event, because maybe they'll try one mask that they love, maybe they'll love them all. But I can tell you that after all of those together, and the biocellulose mask, you use that after, usually I have that as my third mask. That is super powerful. That is so good. Okay, next, on the 31st, month-end shutdown at my house. And so you want to just work on Halloween. If you're like, well, I'm not going to be handing out candy or whatever, come to my house. We'll just work. And if we have to work from the sofa and hand out, I'll show you how I warm chat the moms that are coming to my door, because I'm telling you, Paul will be gone probably with the boys, and they'll probably be riding around on the side-by-side in the neighborhood or something fun. But I like to hand out stuff, and I've got little mini mascaras, all kinds of things, and I got them packaged up really cute. And so those are going to be given out. So that's going to be really good. But if you want to come do month-end shutdown at my house, that is on like Donkey Kong. All right. And maybe you want to come work in the afternoon. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I just want to be done with my goal by 7 o'clock that night. And so can I come work with you for a while? Yes, you can. I've got, just let me know when you're available on the 31st. Okay. Yes.
I don't know what month-end shutdown is. Can you just give me a brief on that?
I would love to. Okay. So a lot of times, you know, Mary Kay doesn't have a lot of quotas. Okay. So for example, Katie Harris has a goal to go into DIQ by November 1st. And so she has to be done by the end of the month. And so a lot of our different qualifications, like car qualification and different things, it's like end of the month. And so a lot of times people have set a goal that they want to be a senior consultant, or they want to earn their red jacket, or things like that. And then also, I know before the recording, we were talking a little bit about the Great Start program. Okay, so if you started your Mary Kay business in the month of July, so you have July, August, September, October. October is your final month. And so you have until the end of October to send out, or to, you know, use your Bring Your Besties coupons. So giving other people those starter kits for $75. So that's something that you can do before the end of the month. Some other things that you can do is being mindful of your bundles. So maybe selling to the last minute and having, sometimes people have a flash sale or special deals that they have. And so in my office, what that looks like is you bring your laptop, you bring your cell phone or whatever, and we're just calling people, and we're strategizing, talking about, you know, maybe how you could reach your goal, or whatever the case may be, or who, you know, who might be excited to hear from you right now. So that way you max out your bundles, you get as much free product as you can. And maybe you have team members and we look at where they're at and making sure that we're in contact with them as well. All right, does that help? Woohoo, awesome, thank you. And you guys, sometimes I talk fast anyway, but like sometimes I'll be like sliding something in, it's like, and it's like, hold on a minute, what was that? That's okay. I love explanation. So definitely let me know what you have questions about. Okay, the next thing, November 9th, I'm going to be hosting something, but it's really not just me. I want you all to be part of this if you'd like to be. So I'm going to do a holiday open house beauty bar. And so what this entails, I'll probably set it up with Rachel Wally. Maybe if there's anybody else that wants to volunteer, you can come help me. But we set up the studio as a like a beauty bar. So we set up separate tables, like different stations all around the studio. And so people can come in and shop with you. You can do private shopping appointments with people from 10 to 2. And so I usually like to set up 15-minute shopping appointments. because that way I know that I'm not going to have like 10 people show up at the same time. And so you'll go around with your clients and maybe show them the color table, you know, the color cosmetics. Maybe you want to go to a foundation station and check that out. Then of course you want to show them the skincare. Then you'll want to show them maybe some of the holiday items, because we'll have some stuff wrapped up really cute. Hold on, I got to show you something real quick. Okay, I didn't have one of these close. But anyway, so little things like this that would be super simple. And, you know, I'm still going to only charge $11 for this, even though I wrapped it with a bag, because, you know, it's going to increase buying power, you know, because they are going to get this little thing. And then, oh, look, I put a tiny little mini lip gloss. So you could sell these as gifts. So like something like this will be on display. So they'll see that idea, and it's not like a grab and go type of thing, but they'll see this and you'll say, oh, how many of those would you like? And so then I'll tell you where I got the bags, and yeah, you can wrap them up. So, and these little things, these came from my girlfriend's house, by the way, you guys. And then these are just snack cups. You get 12 for $2.95 at Hobby Lobby. And if you use your 40% discount, it's less, but just saying. Okay, so there's that fun stuff. So let me know if you'd like to be part of that beauty bar. If that day does not work for you and you're feeling like, oh my gosh, I would totally love to be part of that, let me know, because I think I think Rachel's going to be there on Sunday. So you guys could totally take advantage of that. Next, we are giving away Coach wristlet. Hold on just a second. I'm going to mute some people out. Okay, we are giving away a cute pink Coach wristlet this month. Are you in the drawing for that? Because that's going to be good. That is basically activity based. So if you're selling, you're going to be ordering. So it's ordering based. It is recruiting based. And when you achieve the B, when you achieve star consultant, when you recruit someone that is qualified or a star. So some of those things, but the qualifications are on the page. Okay. Next, I wanted to ask you all, okay, so we're only 8 days. We have 8 days left for the biocellulose mask promotion. 8 days. It's a $70 value. And those masks are like gold. And so who do you know that's using the time? And I would think of these people first. Who do you know that is using the TimeWise Repair set? And I would tell them, oh my gosh, you know what? If you've ever thought in a million years about joining my team, right now is the time. You know, if you've ever thought about getting your discount, because you know what? First of all, the people that are on TimeWise Repair are going to love the mask. Second of all, the people that are on TimeWise Repair can be an active independent beauty consultant just by ordering for themselves every 3 months. Seriously. And so that's who I would think about first in my own mind. But then I just think about all of the other amazing people that you know, all of the amazing clients that would be getting such a special deal this month alone. So 8 days left. So make sure that you are checking that out. Okay, next, just so I can have, my mouth is so dry. Just my allergies are going crazy today. So ladies, without further ado, I am going to have Katie Harris come on. And so Katie, I'm going to mute you. All right, Katie, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
You are on. I am so excited to have you here. I know here a little bit ago, but I was telling everyone that in this business, my goal is not to be the very best at everything. It's to raise people up that are going to hone in better and better and better skills. And you have definitely done that. You know, you are a queen at booking and turning it into a party, and then really coaching it well to hold. So I can't wait to hear more from you tonight. Take it away, Katie Harris. Woohoo!
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so first of all, thank you, Jana, for just being an amazing leader. And I feel like most of this, honestly, I feel like I've learned from you, really. I may have picked some things up along the way at conferences or talking to other consultants or directors, but honestly, I think a lot of it's from you. So I've kind of honed it in because I've learned through the years that as my business has changed and as my life has changed, I have to be intentional, much more intentional about my appointments and what I choose to do with my business. Because when I leave my house, I'm leaving my family and my husband and my children, and I'm going and working, and I want it to be quality, and I want it to be successful. And that's not always just successful with sales. That's successful with booking other parties. That's successful with recruiting. And so I want to make sure that I'm doing all the steps that all the steps necessary and that we are asked to do prior to actually doing the party. So one thing that I want to say first is I want to get to know ladies that I'm going to be facialing before I even meet them in person. I want to talk to them. I want to know their name. I want to know a little bit about them, because I've learned that when someone invests in me, invests their time, just takes a few minutes to ask me a couple questions about myself before I go to any type of event or party or whatever it is for another company, I take that seriously, that they've taken the time to do that. So I have, in turn, done that with my personal business. So the first thing, because I want to talk about booking facials, because booking facials is a very comfortable spot for me. I love to work one-on-one, one-on-two. I love to spend time with women and really show them different products specific to their skin. If they're interested in, you know, different things with their eyes or whatever you have. I just love to do one-on-one. But as I have gone through different appointments, I have learned that you can still be personable and have that personal touch when you do one, being me, to 5, 6, 7, 8 people. It's just a matter of how you decide to carry out your party, and I'm going to talk about that. So first of all, booking the facial. So if you have one person in mind or whoever you have in mind, make sure that they are sharp. Make sure that they're a smart person, okay, a quality woman. I used to book people that I just knew from wherever, and that didn't always get me the results that I wanted. It did not always seem like it was honestly a worthwhile appointment. Because if you're looking to book a facial and you want to turn it into a party, you want them to be those 3 things that I just said, because they are probably in the space of women that are just like them or similar to them, and you want to facial them and maybe even have them on your team. So booking facials, make sure that you are being very intentional and specific with who you're contacting. One thing that came to mind today when I was writing down some of my talking points is, have you written a nude chicken list? So for those of us that are seasoned consultants, or even if you've been in the business for longer than a month, did you write a chicken list in the beginning? And what a chicken list is women who intimidate you. Women who you're like, oh my gosh, if I ever had the chance to facial her or have a party with her, I feel like that would be so awesome for my business and so awesome for her and her friends. Who are those people? Have you written them down recently? Have you revised your list? Because I know I had a chicken list 7 years ago, but I also have one today that I wrote probably about a week ago. That's a lot different from the one from the beginning. So have you revised that, and have you contacted them? And how are you contacting them? Always try and pick up the phone. Always try and hear their voice and have them hear your voice if you have the opportunity. That's so powerful. Another thing with booking, who hasn't tried the new stuff? New stuff could be new to them. Who hasn't tried it's not that new anymore, but it might be new to them. Who hasn't tried the Miracle Set 3D? Who hasn't tried that, but is a skincare set customer to you? Who hasn't tried the new foundations, the new lip lacquers, anything? And be specific when you're thinking about this, because if you have a girl who's all about glamour, you need to be more specific to them, okay? So rope them in or tie them in or get them however you need to get them. Make sure that you follow through with having that product there for them to try, but be specific with how you book them, because if I have a lady who has been on skincare for years, I'm not going to say, hey, let's get together and try the skincare that you're already using. That doesn't make any sense. Give her something new to try, okay? Another thing with turning a facial into a party, Do you have a hostess program that actually excites you? There are so many options with hostess programs, so many that you can get overwhelmed. So hone it down to 1 or 2 options. And the biggest thing for me is do not give away the farm, because you can say, okay, I have this amazing hostess program. You can earn $200 in free Mary Kay product. Now there's 5 simple steps that you have to do. It's very simple to get there though. But $200 in free stuff, that's going to take care of your wish list and then some, more than likely. Okay? So how are you hooking them in? And that sounds like a lot, right? When I just said don't give away the farm. But I tell you what, I probably have 2 past hostesses who've actually earned $200 in free product. And the way that I do that, and this is from a few years back, and I've just always stuck with this one because it's the easiest one to explain, which is key. It needs to be easy to explain. It needs to be easy to understand, okay? I also have cards that I just printed up that I can share with you guys, but it has different points that are specific to how you hold a successful party. Like one of the points is have them share their guest list with you 48 hours prior to actually having the party, okay? And that has to do with pre-profiling, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Another one would be, you know, they have to have $350 in sales. You can make that number whatever you want, $425, $500 in sales to get $25 in free product, okay? So it adds up to $200. Now, I said 5 points, so you have 4 points of $25 for free stuff, right? The 100 is when they have $200 in outside sales, in outside orders. Okay, and I'll share the card with you so you guys know what I'm talking about. But that's one thing to kind of get their foot in the door, so to speak. Another thing that I love to do for last minute events or last minute facials that I really, really need a party. I really, really need some more faces. I need some more ladies to pamper that week or whatever it is. I say, hey, can you get 2 of your best girlfriends and I will give you $5 in free stuff for each person that you bring, or $10 in free stuff for each person that you bring, because it only costs you half of that, $2.50 or $5 per person, okay? So whatever is going to excite them. Or like say that they've been excited about the Lash Intensity Mascara. Say, I will give you a free Lash Intensity Mascara if you have 5 ladies come with you tomorrow, or if you have 3 ladies, or I'll give you a charcoal mask, whatever is exciting to her, okay? So make sure you're showing her the best-selling products or whatever's hot right now, or make sure you're getting to know her so that you know the things that she likes in the realm of Mary Kay, okay? This third thing, and this has been really big for me right now in getting bookings, is my fall portfolio, okay? I have been booking fall portfolio makeovers based on what I'm just telling them. I'm like, I have been coming into, and this is not false, it's true, 100% true. I have been coming into contact with women who are really wanting to understand how to apply makeup on their eyelids for their eye shape, for their eye color, for their hair color. And so what I've been doing is I've been booking these women and saying, hey, I really need just an album of photos of women of different ages, different eye shapes, different eye colors, different hair colors, and showing them, you know, a trio of eyeshadows or 2 eyeshadows, whatever it is, just to show them, hey, this is what it looks like on this woman who's of similar features as you. And we all, you know, those of us that are visual learners, we can see or just relate better to something that you can see visually, which many of us I'm sure are. If you see a picture of someone, you're like, oh, look, they have brown hair and brown eyes like me, and I would have never tried those colors. But yeah, let's do it because it looks great on her. Why not give it a shot? So that's how I'm booking those. And then I just do a regular facial and a quick glamour with them. I take a before and after photo, and I truly have an album in my phone that's called Fall Portfolio, and I use these photos. I do not post them on social media, and I've told these ladies this. I will not post it on social media. I don't share it with anyone except the ladies that are asking for certain specifics with what to put on their eyes. So that's an idea. It's been very successful for me. You can do a fall portfolio, a summer portfolio, a spring portfolio. It doesn't matter. Anytime. You can just do a portfolio, okay? And everybody likes to be a model, and most people like to help. So do not be hesitant in asking for help. I've had a lot of people who I've just said, hey, I need 3 more ladies this week. Could you get just a couple friends together? And last week when I said that to my Monday hostess, she's like, I have like 8 ladies that are interested. Would that be okay? And I'm like, yes, that is fine. Please bring them all. Have them bring their moms and their sisters and their friends. So leading into that, so Laura is my hostess from last Monday, and she is a client from 2015 is when I first met her. I did a vendor fair, which normally, guys, I don't get a lot of long-lasting clients from vendor fairs, but this was a vendor fair in Hoyt. And I tell you what, there are quality women at this vendor fair, because I have a team member that I recruited that I met at this vendor fair. I have a neighbor down the road now, because I moved up north, who is a long-standing skincare and makeup customer that I met at this vendor fair. Anyways, so if you need to go to a vendor fair, you cannot go to Hoyt, but I'm sure that there's another one around you that has quality women. But anyway, so Laura invited herself. She came. She was just going to do a fall portfolio makeover with me. She is naturally beautiful, just a beautiful woman. And I knew that I really wanted her to meet with me so I could show her some new stuff. I haven't seen her in over a year, which is my fault. But anyway, so it was a great reason to A, get her in for a fall portfolio makeover, and B, just reconnect with her. She had never tried the Time-Wise 3D. That is crazy. Why? She also was really interested in a new cleansing brush, so that's awesome. Anyway, she called me during bath time with my kids one night and said, hey, I'm really excited for our makeover in a couple of days. Like, just let me know what I need to bring. And I said, honestly, you just need to bring yourself, but I do have a question for you. Is there anybody, like 3 or 4 ladies that you know that might want to do some makeovers too? And she's like, yeah, let me reach out to some people. And that's the person who texted me and said, I have 8 ladies that are interested. Can they all come? And I said, absolutely. And immediately I said, can you please send me their first names and their numbers? Because I want to make sure and tell them thank you. And I need to ask them just some questions about their skin, because I want to make sure that I pack my bag correctly. That's what I always say. First off is I want to make sure that I tell them thank you. And I also want to ask them questions about their skin, so I make sure and pack my bag correctly. Because I do want to make sure that I pack my bag with combination oily with normal dry, because 9 times out of 10, I don't take a whole lot of combination oily with me. Maybe a moisturizer, but I'm not going to take it with me if I don't need it. It's just going to get in the way and make me scatterbrain whenever I'm trying to set up for a party. So do you guys understand what I'm saying? So all in all, last Monday when I met with Laura, she had invited, and I had confirmed 8 women, and 3 of them showed up. Okay, so people had sick kids, they had other things going on, things came up at work, whatever it was, it always happens. But 4 ladies came. It could have just been Laura, which still would have been great. But what became a over $300 party, it could have been a $40 facial, because I know exactly what she would have gotten, because she is a faithful reorder person. She's actually on where I know in like 3 months she's going to need new skincare. Well, this time she re-upped her, she reordered her 2 eye creams, because she just wants to ward off all of the wrinkles and dark circles under her eyes. So she uses 2 eye creams, which is totally fine with me. But anyway, so I just asked the questions. I asked the questions, and she also is more than happy to help. We've formed that relationship. I've met her sons. I've met some ladies that she's worked with outside of Mary Kay. She invited me to her birthday party tonight, which is awesome. So not only is she my client, but she's also become my friend. And when they share their family with you, to me, that's becoming more of a statement, okay? Because she shared her 2 sisters with me and her son's girlfriend. Now, from that party, I had what I had said is over $300 in sales, but I also booked 2 parties. I had over 40 referrals, and then I also have 2 potential new team members. And that is really exciting. So, and I'm going to recruit both of them next Monday at their parties. So what could have been just a facial turned into a very successful party. So I'm going to talk a little bit about pre-profiling. So pre-profiling, who does it? If you don't do it, you got to start doing it now. You got to take the 15, 20 minutes, depending on the size of party, how many guests you're going to have. You have to take the time. I guarantee you your numbers will go up. I guarantee it, because you are, again, making that personal connection with that person that you've not met before. And they see you as the Mary Kay lady. And that could be very positive. It could be not so positive. You have no idea. But once you make that connection with them, either over the phone or texting, and you show them that you are a real actual person and that you are actually going to invest in them and what's best for their skin, that speaks volumes in my experience. So what I do is I ask for the guest list 48 hours before the party. I put that into my hostess program so that it's just known. Okay, so they're going to earn $25 in free stuff if they give me their guest list 48 hours before that. So that's already kind of taken care of because I've already included that in my hostess program. Now, I've learned to ask for first names only. People get kind of funky if you ask for a lot. So I've never done that. I've just said, hey, I just need their first name. And if you have multiple Ashleys, if you could just put their last name initial, that would be awesome, so I can keep people separate. And then I need their cell number. So what I do is after I get the list, I text first to see when they're available to talk over the phone. And if they're not available to call, which I will tell you this, I was shocked with how many people were actually like, sure, you can call me after 5:30 tonight or after 8 o'clock or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, awesome. You actually want me to call you. This is exciting, because then you talk to a real person. If they prefer text, I always text message the questions. So the questions that I have, I'm going to read them off to you now. And these are just ones from my experience. You can look on Mary Kay. You can ask other consultants. You can ask Jana, like, what do you use for pre-profiling questions? These are just ones that I have found are helpful for me to know before I actually meet them and give them a facial. So the first one is, how would you describe your skin? Is it oily, normal, dry, or is it a combination? Have you tried Mary Kay products before? And I don't leave it at that anymore. I used to. But if most people say yes, and then they just leave it at that. But when I put the question of, if so, if you have tried Mary Kay products before, how long ago was it and what did you try? Because if they tried Mary Kay products like 30 years ago, nothing is the same except like 2 products in our lookbook, maybe 1. So we need to know what they have tried, and if their experience was positive, great. If it wasn't so positive, we need to let them know that things have changed and that things have been reformulated and that, you know, our products are amazing, bar none. But they just need to know that, okay? And then the third question is, if there was one thing you would change about your skin, what would it be? So then that kind of differentiates them so that you know that they're focused on dry lips, lines and wrinkles, whatever. And then I always put something about makeup, because we are going to do some glamour on the go. For makeup, what is your preference? Or actually, no, I'm sorry. What is your relationship with makeup? That's my new question about makeup. What is your relationship with makeup? Are you a sporadic makeup wearer? Is it rare? Maybe like once or twice a month? Is it a couple times a week? Like when you go out of the house or when you have an event? Or is it every single day are you putting makeup on your face? So after I ask those questions, we usually get to talking about, it usually goes into, like, if they have sensitive skin, they usually want to talk about that a little bit more. If they have allergies, we usually talk about that a little bit more, because I want to know. If they have sensitive skin or allergies, I need to know that before I meet them, okay? For obvious reasons, but maybe not so obvious reasons, is like, well, what ingredients are you allergic to? They might not share that unless you ask the question, okay? So this is just arming you for a successful facial for each individual person, okay? Because I have had too many experiences in the beginning where ladies would break out right then and there, or their skin would start being on fire, or, you know, itching, or whatever it was, which you're still going to have that every now and then. But it has become less and less and less. And when you have that, I'm not going to lie to you, it does sometimes change the tone of your party, okay? Because people are going to pick up on that. And then they're going to wonder what they put on their face. And when it all could have just been a change of formula. There's nothing wrong with the product, they just need a different formula, okay? So let's see. One of the other things is if they talk about Mary Kay, they're like, oh, I was a previous consultant, or I get all sorts of responses. And so then you've done the pre-profiling, you've gotten to know them better, you've shown them that you're invested in them, and now they are like 90%, I would say 95% more likely to show up, okay? When I pre-profile, I have a great hold rate for the ladies that come. So I want to talk about that too. So Laura, another Laura, I had 2 Lauras last week, guys, and they were both very successful appointments. I was very excited. Jana, how am I doing on time? Am I okay? Okay, great, perfect. Okay, so my new team member, Laura Kelly. So this is kind of a fun story that I'm going to share with you guys. So Laura, I have known her for over 3 years. I first met her at one of my best friend's houses up in Hiawatha, because Laura is from Atchison, and she was selling LuLaRoe. And Laura had worked in the education for 30 plus years. I mean, she's been a teacher or in special education or some type of domain for a really long time. She quit her full-time job and took her LuLaRoe business full-time. She redid her garage in her old house and made it into a boutique. She put in fitting rooms. She had a full-blown store. I mean, I'm telling you, this lady, she did it big, okay? And she was very successful for a period of time. And I don't think that she'll mind that I share this. But about a year or 2 later, things went away, if you will. It just kind of died out. It fizzled out. Are you going to join me? Hi. We're going to have a little visitor just for a second, okay? This is Sammy. Can you say hi?
No.
Oh, okay. So anyway, so Laura can you say hi to Jana? That's Jana.
Hi.
So Laura had a very successful LuLaRoe business, and it fizzled out for lots of different reasons. I'm sure she's very, very kind and gregarious, so I'm sure she would share it with you. Please don't touch that. Okay, right here. I'm sure she'd share it with you if you ever wanted to ask her. Please don't touch that, Bubba, okay? Did you finish your chili?
Yeah.
You're all done?
Yeah.
Do you want to eat any more? Don't touch that. Do you need to go back upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, so after I did a live video like 3 weeks ago, here, I'm going to put you down for a sec, okay? Here, can you go get your cup? Can you go get your cup and bring it to Mommy? Go get it. Go get it. Please? Go get your shoes. Okay, so about 3 weeks ago, I did a live video on my, gosh, I meant to have it on and I don't have it on. I did a live video on my Rose lip lacquer because I loved it and I was so excited about it. And she was like my only viewer. And so she immediately contacted me and was like, hey, can we get together? Now, mind you, I've facialed her before like 3 years ago, and but we never did a party or anything like that. She'd always wanted to share it with her sister, and we just never had a chance to. So anyway, she contacted me and said, hey, I want to do this. Let's do this. And I said, okay, let's do it. So knowing her, the reason why I explained LuLaRoe to you is because direct sales, ladies that are in direct sales markets or that have a small home-based business, have you reached out to them? Have you asked them to do a facial with you? Because they understand how these businesses work for the most part, and I guarantee that they will want to support you, okay? Because I have booked Premier Jewelry Ladies, 31 Ladies, Papered Chef, LuLaRoe. I've facialed lots of Rogaine and Field Ladies. So just to give you an idea, because I don't see the problem in that, and they also understand how it works. Case in point being, she asked me, okay, how many people do you want there? Because I can probably get like 20 people there. And I said 20 is a little high because we're doing, individual facials, and I want to make sure that I am able to talk to and answer everybody's questions. I said, but 5 to 7 is a perfect range. 10 is too many. And I'll tell you why I said that. so I used to think that I didn't have a max number. And then I did a party of 16 women. And I did not know that there would be 16 women. This was before I pre-profiled anybody. This is before all of that. I also didn't have 16 mirrors, so you can imagine how fun that was. We got real crafty on that night. So ladies just kept coming in. It was kind of like an open house. And they wanted what everybody else had, so I had to keep filling trays. So after that happened, I honed in a little bit better. And then I had a party of 12. And this is after I had pre-profiled, and I'm like, I can do this. This is great. I didn't have an assistant with me, and I had great sales that night. I think I had a $1,000 night, but it was still too much. And I wanted this to be intentional, and I really wanted to recruit Laura. And I didn't want to get bunny trailed on things. I still wanted to be successful, but I knew what I wanted for my business that night. So she asked me how I wanted, so I told her how many I wanted, and she said, absolutely, I can do that. I'm going to invite my best gals, and that's exactly what she did. So she had 6 confirmed the day before, and then the day of, her Caroline, one of her guests, invited her best friend, and then Angela, Caroline's daughter, invited her best friend. So we ended up having 9 ladies there last Tuesday night. And we did skincare. Everybody did Time-Wise Repair. Isn't that exciting? Everybody did Time-Wise Repair. That's 9 people that did Time-Wise Repair that tried that amazing product. I was so excited for people to try it. And people went home with skincare. So excited. And so we did Time-Wise Repair. We did Satin Stuff. We did Glamour on the Go. I did a really fun fall look that I kind of just whipped out of nowhere on the way there, guys. Okay. Because I didn't know what I was going to do, because my cream eyeshadows were not working for me at the moment. So I'm like, what am I going to do? I had hazelnut, biscotti, and Merlot samples, and that's what I used, and it worked really well. I think, let's see, 4 or 5 out of the 9 ladies ordered all 3 of those colors. So so it was successful, right? And I just did it on the fly because our products are amazing. Our colors are awesome. And those colors look good on every single eye color and eye shape, depending on how you apply it. So anyways, after the party wound down, okay, and I was there for 2 hours just for the party because it was, you know, there was a lot of talking going on. These ladies have been friends for 25 plus years. I'm talking like sisters, nieces, best friends, and they all live in Atchison, and they've all grown up in Atchison, so they all know each other really well, right? You guys have all probably experienced something similar, or you will in the future. But anyway, Laura sat down with me and her roommate after everybody had left, and she had been talking to me earlier in the night and said, you know, I've really been thinking about getting back into LuLaRoe. And I said, really? Why is that? Because whenever she had closed her doors on LuLaRoe, I wasn't really sure if she was going to do it again. I could always see her doing something, hopefully Mary Kay, but I could never see her doing LuLaRoe again for whatever reason. And she's like, well, I miss it. I miss the interaction, and, you know, it's a great quality product. And I said, yeah, you're right, it is. And I said, maybe we'll talk about that later. So this is before the party. So now after the party, I'm sitting down with her, and I'm like, all right, you have earned $100 in free stuff. So I just, you know, I want you to have fun with the book. You know, you have a long wish list. I want you to write out whatever you want, or I'll write it for you. You just go through the book. And that's exactly what we did. She's like, okay, I want that. I want that. I want that. We were literally, I was writing stuff down for 10 minutes, and her total came up to be over $500. And she was willing. She was like, all right, let me get my checkbook. And I said, okay, hold on. Because you have the opportunity at that moment to take a $250 profit, or you have the opportunity to gain an amazing new team member. And that's exactly what I saw and what I did. Because I wasn't sure about Laura. Laura's always been on my chicken list. I didn't share that before, but she's been on my chicken list because she's intimidating. She was a powerhouse with LuLaRoe. She's very, very successful, very strong. She has a huge community of people around her. And you're probably hearing this thinking, well, why wouldn't you want to recruit her, Katie? Like, that's incredible. Exactly, but I didn't necessarily see that. I was more so intimidated by that. So instead of being intimidated anymore, especially because I have dreams and goals in this business and I want to become a director, and I will become a director, I knew that I wanted her on my team. in my future unit. And so I just looked at her and I said, can we just see what it looks like when I put that in as an order as a consultant so that you can just see how much you're going to save? And she's like, yeah, sure. Why not? And I said, okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I just kind of did the math for her, and I said, okay, so this is going to be total what you're going to spend, and it was like $267. And she's like, you have got to be joking. And I said, no, you're going to get all of this stuff for $267, and that's with tax and shipping. And she goes, okay, so what do I have to do? And I said, all right, you need to buy the $100 starter kit, and we need to talk about consultant stuff too. So I didn't want to not talk to her about what it meant to be a consultant. I didn't want to just sign her up just so she could get the stuff for 50% off because most of us know, I mean, they can last a really long time, but at the same time, I saw a lot of potential in Laura. And so we talked for a little bit about what it looks like to have product on hand and how much of a, and she already knew how much of an asset that is because she had so much in stock with her previous business. And so she's like, you know what, Katie, I've got a lot of stuff going on before the end of the year. And so I really want to hit the ground running, and I'm going to make a good investment at the beginning of this next year. But right now, I really just want that list of products that I just gave you. And I said, okay, let's do it. So she signed up on the spot. She bought her starter kit, and she placed her order that night and became my new active team member. And so she contacted me a couple days ago and said, oh my gosh, I got all my boxes and it's like Christmas over here. I'm so excited. And I think that her roommate is definitely going to be her first new team member because she is just as excited, if not more excited than Laura. She just didn't have the $100 to spend that night. And so, but I do believe that she will be part of her best use program and get that starter kit for $75. So anyway, I guess just to kind of wrap it up, I was really excited about my results last week, and looking back, because Wednesday I was exhausted, and so for part of the day I took the morning, which is okay to do, you know, but I took the morning, I took a couple hours, and I just kind of reflected on, okay, how did these things come together? Where did they even start? And it started with me asking the questions. It also started with me just randomly doing a live video on my Facebook page that most of the time I feel like an idiot, but people actually watch and they respond to. And Laura, you know, one of the ladies at her party said, my favorite part about tonight was just being in your space. You clearly love what you're doing and, you know, the products that you sell, but also, you know, being in the space of other women. And you really helped us feel beautiful tonight. So a big win from that night, other than recruiting Laura, was a woman had not tried on foundation in 25 years, and she put it on her face. I think it was Luminous Wear, and she looks flawless, and she put on some mascara. And the women around the table with her have known her since she was a teenager. And they're like, oh my goodness, you are flawless. You have got to get that. You look so amazing. And she was blushing. I mean, it was just incredible to see that response and that relationship and that bond. And I'm just so honored to be a part of that. And Mary Kay's such a big, I mean, Mary Kay's the reason why I was. And so anyway, if you have any questions about any of the tips that I shared tonight, they are just, you know, they're just such small steps that I take before I have a class or a party, and they make a huge difference. Because I don't know if all 9 ladies would have come on that last Tuesday. So, and what a great success it was. So thank you, Jana, for letting me share. I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Katie. Amazing job. Thank you so much for sharing everything with us tonight. Okay, so I do want to just thank you so much, Katie. I thought it was fantastic. A couple of things that I wanted to ask you is, when I post this on the Rise page, would you be willing to share your coaching questions and your your favorite hostess program? Like, even if you snapshot one of those postcards. And then a question I have is the guest list. So you coach within 48 hours of the party, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. Okay.
And then
I coach the hostess prior to.
Okay.
But I coach the other ladies 48 hours.
Okay, and the guest list that your yeses and maybes? Is it?
No, the guest lists are all confirmed yeses.
Oh, they're confirmed yeses. Okay.
Yes, so I do ask for maybes. I just haven't gotten any recently, I guess, but yeah, I do ask for yeses and maybes. So I definitely want to talk to any of the ladies that are still on the fence, because usually in the past that's helped them show up,
Okay.
is by me calling them.
Katie, you connect so well with people, and you help people feel so good about themselves, and you feel like I just know you well. So I just know that you do invest in others. And so I just want to thank you for doing that. Thank you. Like, I bet Mary Kay is in heaven so proud of you. I mean, honestly,
Oh, that's so nice.
you so impact people's lives. And so you're going to be such an amazing, amazing independent sales director. So ladies, I'm going to go ahead
Thank you.
off here in just a moment. I'm going to let you know, okay, I am, instead of taking more time tonight, because I don't want to run over, I'm going to do a live about leadership is not about being the best. It's about helping others becoming their best. I'm going to talk about that and give you some tips about that tomorrow. Okay. So I will go, oh yeah, it'll be tomorrow afternoon, evening, or Thursday. Okay. So I'm going to leave that on our Rise page. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the recording off. If you're watching this in the recording, thank you so much for watching this. Make sure to post your comments. We'd love to hear your feedback. So anyway, okay, hold on.